Hey everyone, legendary Alex Cardinale here. Can you believe it? It's almost time for a new year already. 2022 is coming to an end. This Sunday, it'll be 2023. Are you excited for 2023? Are you ready for 2023? Well, I am, because in March of 2023, I will be celebrating my 9th year as a YouTuber. And my 9-year YouTube anniversary is going to take place over 2 nights. More on that later in the future. But it's still 2022. And this is going to be my 2022 Best Moments compilation video. This is my second annual Best of compilation video. Remember last year we did the best of 2021. This year, right now on this video, I'm going to play my best moments of 2022. Now in this video, you're going to see me feeding my tropical fish. You're going to see a video of Mick Foley. Yes, that's right. The WWE Hall of Famer and the hardcore legend Mick Foley appearing on my YouTube channel. That in itself is a huge accomplishment for me. I could drop dead today and call that the greatest moment in my YouTube career history. Having Mick Foley on my YouTube channel is one of my proudest moments. You'll see that here on the Best of 2022 compilation. You'll see some of my best interviews of the year, and you'll see a lot of other moments that I'm really proud of for 2022. So if you are a new viewer, this is the first video you're watching of my channel, get excited because there's more exciting things coming in 2023. I can tell you that for sure. 2023 is going to be an exciting year, and you're going to love 2023. So enjoy the best of 2022, legendary Alex Cardinale style. Happy New Year, everyone, and I will see you in 2023. But for now, enjoy all the best that I had to offer 2022.
Alex, my man, my main man. You know who this is. That's right, Daddy. It's exactly who I think you were thinking. I think you think it is. Dude, love the hippest Cardinale, sending you greetings of peace, love and understanding and appreciation for 8 big years on that wacky, kooky YouTube. Happy anniversary to you, my friend. And now, speaking of wacky and kooky, may I introduce you to somebody who, like you, is a risk taker. Yes, somebody who, like you, loves going hardcore. The dude is more of a lover than a fighter, but I'm a fighter too, Daddy, so don't even get your thoughts going. Okay, I present to you, that wacky cat. Please say hello to, that's Cactus Jack, the original face of Foley. I want to wish you a happy anniversary, and I want to add to that, bang, 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 bang. Wow. Whoa. Alex, how is that for a anniversary extravaganza? That's right. You saw the WWE Hall of Famer, the hardcore legend, Dude Love, and you saw Cactus Jack. Oh, we're missing one guy, aren't we? It is a big anniversary, and you are a big WWE fan. Let me see if I can pull some strings and make this happen. Hold on a second. Mankind. Yeah, that's me. Here to save this video because you weren't doing a very good job with it. I've got a song. It goes like this. I'm wishing you a happy anniversary because I'm Mankind and you're my pal. When your gifts are open, this is Mankind hoping you find one you love. Alex Cardinale. I rhyme pal with Cardinale. Yeah. Whoa. Wow. There you go. You get the full 3 Foley Faces of Foley experience. I'm sorry. The lighting is not perfect here, but I wanted to get this out to you ahead of the 8-year anniversary. Hey, that takes a lot of dedication, what we in the trade refer to as fortitude. You have it. In to spare, my friend. You have it to spare. So keep up the great work. Thanks for thinking of me. And happy anniversary. Yeah.
This is the strawberry cake cookie from Crumble this week. Hey, it's Crumble Cookie's biggest fan. And for the first time ever here on Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale, I am going to do a Crumble Cookie review. I'm going to try one of the featured flavors this week. And this week, I'm going to try the strawberry cake cookie. I love strawberry and I love white chocolate. So this cookie should be really good. So the strawberry cake cookie is a warm strawberry and vanilla cookie that is swirled with a fresh strawberry cream cheese frosting and a sprinkling of delicate white chocolate curls, which is what you see here. I love strawberry, I love vanilla, and I love white chocolate. Now, originally, I was going to wait until they brought back the Twix cookie, but I figured, you know what? We'll try it this week. We'll see how this segment goes. And if it goes really well, this could be a weekly thing. Now, these cookies are no longer available because Crumble changes their menu weekly, but I'm sure these cookies will come back. I'm sort of like the Crumble Cookie Ambassador, I guess, because I'm constantly buying all their cookies. Anyway, let's go ahead and give this cookie a try. I think you're going to enjoy it. Hopefully I enjoy it. So let's go ahead and give it a try. It is very, very good. Wow, that's a great cookie. It tastes just like a strawberry cake, but not too sweet. I like this one. I think out of all the cookies this week, this one is my personal favorite from Crumble. Great job, Crumble. This is a home run or a touchdown cookie. I'm going to throw it like a football because it's a touchdown. If I were to throw it, it would be a touchdown. 10 out of 10 for the strawberry cake cookie. Hey, Steven, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
It's like you're gonna use a treatment out of it. I'm only joking. We'll bring it back.
Oh my god. Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, this
Oh my god.
that's all.
Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinale here, providing you with an update on my tropical fish and my aquarium. Now, I'm going to let the elephant out of the room. You're obviously noticing that this tank is a lot different. It is not my 75-gallon. I was finally able to upgrade all my fish to a 6-foot aquarium. I found this 6-foot aquarium for a hell of a deal on Facebook Marketplace. The tank is brand new, and I think the stand was homemade. So I picked up the tank and stand and a Fluval FX4 for a really good price. The tank is brand new. It was only used for a month until the guy unfortunately had to leave the aquarium hobby. So one of the conditions that I had to agree to for getting the larger aquarium was that I had to give the 75-gallon to my dad for his fish, and I would be able to have this large aquarium. But I do have this 55-gallon right here. There's nothing in it. There's probably not going to be anything in it for some time. This is just going to be a quarantine setup, or maybe a grow-out tank if I get some baby datnoids and bikers or something. But right now, this tank is sitting empty, and who knows, with me, I could be getting a fish as soon as next week. But right now, I don't have any plans on getting more fish, so I'll just leave this tank as it is for now. But this tank has the 2 Aqueon filters on it at the moment. I'm going to set up the main filtration for this tank tomorrow. There are no lids for this tank, so I had to set up some makeshift lids. Realistically, I really don't need lids, but I have them on there for the flagtails because they like to jump. But if I did not have the flagtails, then realistically, I wouldn't have to worry about a lid. But I have it on there just to be sure that they or the wolffish don't jump. But if you're worried about filtration, let me come over here and show you. You're also going to get a tour of my man cave. But this is the main filtration. It's going to be a Fluval FX4. I'm going to set it up tomorrow. Wish me luck on that. I've never had a canister before. But I'm going to set that up tomorrow, and we should be good to go. My tank should be clear. A lot clearer than the 75 was. Who wants a can of Coke? I got a cool little Coke fridge here. There's some ice cold Coke in there. I'm not going to be able to open that and hold my camera at the same time, but anyone that stops by here to check out my fish is welcome to get a can of cold Coke, because I love soda. But anyways, let's check out some of the fish. Here's one of my many wide bar Strambaki with the cute orange face. Very gorgeous fish. There's the flagtails. They like to be bastards and jump out on me. Their first reaction to being moved to this large aquarium was to jump for some odd reason, but they're settled in now. Then we got a pink-tailed Chalceus up here. And we've got all my silver dollars. We've got the red hooks. We've got the Mylius, Strambaki wide bars, the Mylosomas, which are very rare in the aquarium hobby. We've got the Bala Shark, tinfoil barb, and some other stuff that I'm going to show you. Right in the back is my Temensis peacock. He's looking beautiful. And it's nice to see a clear aquarium for once. I agree with my fans. But the Temensis is looking great. Then we've got my gold wolffish back here. He's my Nemo. I got him in December with only one pectoral fin. I'm assuming he was kept with other wolffish and they bit off his other, but he's a gorgeous fish. He loves to eat. I'm going to feed these guys right after I take this video. Look how beautiful my super red Severum is. Gorgeous coloration on him. He's going to look even better in this tank. Here's one of my 3 vulture cats. They're loving the extra space. This guy is absolutely beautiful. This is my Rio Meta Orinoco peacock bass. He loves to eat tilapia, earthworms, and market shrimp. So he's beautiful. One of my favorite fish, though, is in this driftwood, or this artificial decoration, and that is my Hapalis Curupira, my black wolffish. I always have a hard time pronouncing their scientific name, so maybe that's God telling me not to try. Again, here are my wide bar silver dollars. All 4 of them are male, so they all have that orange tint to them that makes them look like red belly pacu. Very, very gorgeous, if you ask me, and their colors are only going to get better as they mature. Now, for some new additions, I had to go to the fish store to buy, some of these decorations and the Aqueon filters, a lot of prime, because when you are setting up a new aquarium, you need to dose your tap water. So I bought a lot of prime, and they refill the largest bottle of prime, so I always get prime refills now for like $6, which isn't bad, instead of buying a whole new bottle. I did get a couple new fish, and 2 medium-sized red hooks. So you may notice there's a couple of good-sized red hooks in there. Those are new. There's another wide bar that's new, a little bit larger than the other 3. Another new wide bar. Some noticeable new fish would be the Lima Shovenose in the back. And I think the last new fish in here that you guys might not have seen, I don't know where he is. Here he is. He's a Royal Pleco. He's a L190 Royal Pleco, and it's been years since I've had a Royal Pleco. He's doing great. He's eating algae wafers and cucumbers, and I'm sure he's picking out on the driftwood. As you guys know, Royal Plecos are Royal Plecos and all the Panicu species, and some other Pleco species are driftwood eaters. So he's getting a good diet there. Very beautiful. I think that's everything that is new for this tank. And then we've got my Severums. All of them look good in here. So you can tell the fish love their swimming space in here. Now, this tank does look a bit stocked. So over the next couple of months, I'm going to raise these fish. And then I got to decide what is staying and what I'm going to rehome. But definitely, I know that all the Mylius are going to stay. And I'll likely rehome the Bala and the tinfoil. I'll keep a couple of the Severums. Definitely the wolffish are going to stay. The peacocks will stay for a while until they get massive. And again, I'll keep only a couple Severums. The vultures will stay for as long as they can until they get too large, and then I have no choice but to rehome them. And the Synodontis cats will probably stay for life as well, since they're not going to outgrow this tank. There's a couple of dither fish in there that were put in there to be feeders for the wolves, but they're probably not going to get eaten. That's that black skirt tetra down there. There were two, but I'm only seeing one, so I'm assuming that either the peacock or the black wolf got the other one at nighttime when it was like sleeping. So some of the catfish that you have never seen in the 75 would be the Raphael, who's hanging out in the driftwood. It would be the two Synodontis eruptus featherfin. It would be this big boy. This is Chunky, my Niger cat, my ripsaw catfish. He is a big boy. He was 3 inches when I got him, and now he's about 5. He's very thick, Thick. He eats a lot of food, but he likes to force himself into driftwood. So he breaks off pieces of driftwood every time he does that. But I don't mind. Those gorgeous wide bars again. I think that's everything that is in this tank. As far as adding anything new, at the moment I don't have any plans, but that could always change. Like I said, I've got the 55 behind me as a quarantine setup. So whatever I do get, if I ever get any new fish, they're going to be going in that tank for a while. Just because this tank is kind of new and I don't want to introduce any diseases into it. This tank is kind of new. Nothing from the 75 except for the livestock, the caves, the driftwood, and some of the substrate was added. So just the fish and the decor was added to this tank, as well as the filter media. But it's all new water, and pretty much everything else is new. And they're going to have a canister filter, which I'm sure they're going to love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the 8-year YouTube anniversary a week from Sunday to get all the details on this tank. And I cannot wait to show it off more here on my YouTube channel. And you guys can watch how fast these silver dollars grow and the wolffish and all the other fish grow. I'll be able to do feeding videos now that this tank is in my room. I'll have some quiet space where I can actually do feeding videos for you and stuff like that. Actually, right now, I'm about to feed them, but I don't have a cameraman at the moment. The reason I have the light on right now, and the light was borrowed for my 75 until I get my 6-foot light and the glass lids. The reason I can't film a feeding video now is because I don't have a cameraman, and I'm using my smartphone, so it would be hard to feed and film. And look at the space I have. Literally, I don't have a space to sit down and film a feeding video. I'll have to stand back where I am here to actually show you the feeding. So I'm going to figure it out when I can do a feeding video. But these guys tonight are going to be fed tilapia, and I'm going to throw a couple of algae wafers in there for the common pleco, the royal pleco, and the flagtails. And I think the silver dollars will pick them off too. Holy crap. Look at the size of this thing. This thing is huge. A huge iguana. Hey everyone, legendary Alex Cardinale here, and I got a special video for you today. Today I started my brand new job. I am a cashier at the Palm Beach Zoo gift shop, and I love my job so far. I love working at the Palm Beach Zoo because I get to see all the amazing animals that are there. And you guys know that I am an animal lover. Of course, I have tropical fish, and I have a beagle, which is an amazing dog. But I also love other animals, and I love my job. So in a future video, in a couple of months, I'll talk about my new job, and what I like about working there and how I like it in a few months. But for today's video, to celebrate my new job, I have taken some videos of some of the animals that are at the Palm Beach Zoo. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the videos of all these amazing animals. You'll see some American grizzly bears. You'll see some pink flamingo birds. You'll see all different types of monkeys. You'll see axolotls, and you'll see cardinal tetras. Palm Beach Zoo is proud to partner with Project Piaba. Give this video a like and enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching.
It's so cute.
He's in the corner over there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh, cool. American alligator. I think been 35 to 50 years. Freshwater.
So glad to see Palm Beach Zoo supporting Project Fiaba.
Alright, my turn. Come on, this is scary. I don't know. Follow me. My turn should be fine. Watch out for you.
Hey, tropical fish keepers, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. My package from Wet Spot Tropical Fish finally arrived from Wet Spot this past Friday and it shipped out on Monday. Unfortunately, there was a delay in shipping. I guess UPS had an issue, but it arrived today. And I'm going to show you all the fish that I got. Hopefully, they're all alive and well. So, let's get right to the unboxing. So, the first bag here, the largest bag, is Pictus catfish. These are the regular spotted Angelicus pictus. As you guys know, I have two four-line pictus cats. Those are the ones that get to a foot long. These here are the community pictus cats. They can live in a community and they only grow to 6 to 8 inches. So I'm happy to have them in my community aquarium. So they're alive and well, looking great. So put them aside for a moment. Here we have one of two red-tailed loaches or Boda loaches, whatever you want to pronounce it. Very, very beautiful loach. He's alive and well. Also a great size. In here we have one of three. He's small, so it's going to be hard to see. One of three Geophagus abalis. Let's see. Where is he? Yeah, they're small, so you're not going to be able to see them well. But he's in there. They get beautiful. I can't wait to watch these Geophagus grow up. I'm going to be growing up three Geophagus. Here is another red-tailed Botia. Very, very nice. Let's see what's in here. And here's another Geophagus, Abalos. This one's a little bit bigger. Very nice Geophagus. Let's see, let's depict this. These must be, oh, that's another red tail load. What's this? This is the final Geophagus abalis. Very nice. Here's a fish that I wanted for a couple of months now, and I couldn't find it locally, but I got one through Wet Spot. This is a green terror cichlid. Very, very gorgeous fish. He looks to be a gold Sam. Very, very nice. I'll get him acclimated. He's going to color up in my tank and be a gorgeous fish. Very beautiful. There's two fish, well, six fish left, but four of them are the same species, and another one is another earth eater. But here are a fish that I wanted for a while. I haven't had them in a long time. Four clown loaches, and these are a great grow out size. I'm going to add to their school locally, but I decided I'll get four for now. Clownfish, love clown loaches, love clown loaches. Very, very cool fish. And last but not least, where is he? It's a Shanton Perca. Not a Leacustica, which is my favorite Shanton Perca, but it's a gorgeous one that has red coloration as it matures. Let's see if I can find him. He's got to be here somewhere. Here he is. Shanton Perca. This is the Santa Perca Damon. Guys, he's about to almost similar size to the Abalos, just a little bit larger. And he's going to color up nicely. He's a good grow out size too, so I can watch him grow out and do well. So those are all the fish that I got from Wet Spot Tropical Fish. I'm going to float them and get them out of these bags as soon as possible because they've been in here for about 48 hours. I will show you them in the tank later on in a future video. Thank you for watching the Wet Spot unboxing. It's time for our guest interview tonight, and tonight for the first time, we actually have a live guest with us today.
Hi.
So our guest today is a hairstylist and my friend Sandy. Sandy, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today.
Oh, anything. For you, Alex, my new friend.
My great friend here.
Yes.
So you're actually my first live on location interview.
Ooh.
So I'm excited. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So how did you get into the hair business?
Oh, it was either being a nurse or being a hairdresser.
Good night.
Good seeing you.
And I figured I want to make people beautiful, so I'm a hairdresser.
Stay away from your brother. He's got a cold.
I've been wearing my mask around her all day. I work
Okay,
with
go ahead. Ignore all them. We're doing a live interview. Everyone is. Barbara, come say hi to the live interview, Barbara. Here she comes, our bowling friend Barbara. Say hi, Barbara.
Hi.
You should say hi, Barbara.
What? Hi, Sandy.
Hi. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Alex, I love watching him bowl.
I know.
Thank you.
Improved so much.
He has. So he's trying. He shows up and tries. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what do you like about cutting hair?
I like people's personalities and making people beautiful and changing, I don't know, giving people some encouragement or some self-esteem, because I think a lot of people need that. The way they grew up, they didn't get enough of it. So I like to do that. Tell them how beautiful they are.
You did a great job on my hair.
Thanks.
It looks beautiful.
Well, for the first time.
Yes, your hair does look fantastic.
It does, right? We'll continue doing your hair great and making it look good.
Sounds good.
Are you on social media?
He does a podcast.
You
He's
have
on
a
social media.
podcast?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So we're gonna let everyone. I'm gonna tag you now, Barbara, so you can
So you can see it.
so you can subscribe to Alex's podcast. Yeah.
I'm not on Walnut. My name is Van Houten.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll find you.
I'm sure you will find me.
You know how I can find you? You're probably Mark's wife's friend, right?
Oh, Elizabeth. Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yes. Or Ma.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll find you.
So when did you open up your hair salon?
Well, I first started doing hair 33 years ago. So in 1998, I opened my first hair salon in Lakewood, and I was there for 18 years. And then I moved locations and went to. I had a business partner, and she had cancer, and she passed away. And I moved to Lake Worth on Military for 5 years, and I decided that owning a business was for 20 some years was hard to do everything. So I decided to rent a chair. So that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. I rent a chair, and so it's my small little business. It's like not my business, but I have a key. I can open up and come and go as I please. And I like the guy that I work with that owns the salon. He's a very nice man. So I've been in the Lake Worth, Boynton area for 33 years. My whole career.
Nice. So where is your store located?
At High Place and Jog in the Winn-Dixie Plaza. It's called Sobella Hair Spa and Nails. I'll be there. I'm there 5 days a week. I used to do 6 before I got cancer. And so I'm down to 5 now. I'm off Monday, Wednesday. I work on Sunday, so a lot of people that work and need a hair salon, they come in on Sunday, you know.
Yeah, you're actually right next to a good Italian restaurant called Dominic's.
Yes,
So people can come get a haircut and then go out to eat.
yes, they do that a lot. And Bagels Inn, if you come in the morning. might want to go get a bagel down there.
Oh yeah,
Or
that's
down
right.
there.
So, how long have you been doing hair?
For 33 years.
Nice, that's a long time. Do you think you'll ever retire from it?
Yes, I will retire from doing hair, probably in the next 10, 12 years.
Nice, so you have a long goal.
Yeah. But I like doing everything. Like I work at Winn-Dixie a couple days a week. When COVID hit, we could only do one person at a time. So what I did was I did one person at a time, but I still had bills. My bills were still the same. So I went and worked at Winn-Dixie at night. So I worked there until people didn't want to get their hair done and went to Winn-Dixie at night. So it was, I like people,
I might have met you at Winn-Dixie before and I never knew it.
probably.
Because I live right near there.
Yeah, because see, I didn't wear my hair like this until I had cancer and lost it and it came back. And I'm going to keep it short so it's not long enough to highlight. So I just do a solid bleach blonde.
Nice. So do you prefer doing men or women hair?
I like them both. I mean, I like my guys to talk to. They like to chit chat and tell me all their stuff. And women can be difficult, but I love them. I weed them out. My personality. I think hairdressers get the same personality people as their customers. You know, people that'll be like, you know, everyone makes mistakes, and you know, if someone says, oh, you know, you got to fix this, I'll fix it. I don't say, well, I'm not one of those hairdressers that want to blame them for a problem. We'll fix it. Everything can be fixed.
Very true.
Yeah,
So how was my hair to cut?
very easy. Your mom was there. Give me your pen. Your mom was there, and she was like telling me how to do it, but you wanted it a different way. So it was like we compromised, and you both liked it.
You did a great job.
Yes, thank you. I think so too.
You're welcome. Yeah, guys are easy to have haircuts because they don't want much.
Right.
Except,
Right. No one comes in and says, give me the hardest haircut ever. Everyone, even women, come in and say, I want the easiest haircut, you know?
I might have to challenge you next time. Just kidding.
All right.
I won't do that to you.
I'll give you some highlights like me.
What are you doing?
You could dye my hair blonde or white.
Yeah,
What?
My mom
what?
would kill me for that.
You're what?
should be okay. It'll cut out.
Streaming.
So we're also bowlers, and we bowl on Thursday forward at Green Acres, right?
Yes.
When did you start becoming a league secretary or a
No,
president?
president. I've been the president for about 10 years here. I was the vice president for about 10 years before. So I've been bowling at Green Acres for about 20 years on Thursday. And then I do Monday and Thursday.
I'm gonna go
So you
up
bowled
and
two
get the car.
times.
I'll bring
I
the
used
car
to
for
bowl
you.
Mondays. I don't bowl Mondays
long are you gonna
anymore.
be?
But Mondays I was just a bowler. Thursday I kind of like stepped up
Hey, how long
because,
you gonna
you
be?
know,
So how do you like bowling?
I love bowling. It's the only sport I play these days.
How long are you gonna be? A few minutes. All right, I'm gonna.
It really is a fun sport. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
The best thing about bowling is you get to get out of the house and have fun and
Yes,
socialize.
yes, yes. Yeah.
And bowling brought me a great friend.
It did. It sure did.
So how do you think you are as a bowler?
I do okay. I mean, I'm not the best woman bowler, but I'm not the worst woman bowler. I come to have fun. I have a lot of friends, acquaintances that over the years we know each other and talk and everything. So I seem to like it.
You are a pretty good bowler compared to me. I'm terrible.
No, you're not terrible. You're improving, Alex.
Thank
You're
you.
improving and you're trying.
Yes, you are.
Thank
And
you.
as long as you're improving, you're trying, and you're not giving up, you're doing good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I bowled really bad tonight,
Did you?
but I'm going to forget about tonight and bowl next week. Hopefully better because it's position round.
You will bowl a lot better next week. I know it.
Yeah, because I think I have the
too.
week off. I'll be here in the spirit.
Oh, you're not bowling next week?
Yeah, it's position round, and we have a 5-person team.
Oh, that's why.
So the first week I didn't bowl, and then someone got hurt for a couple weeks. So then, you know, it's and then he's bowling next week. So I said I won't bowl next week.
Oh, cool. You can relax then.
Yeah. I'll be walking around asking people how they're doing.
So what's your favorite thing about bowling?
Strikes. I
Yeah,
think the
strikes.
people. The people. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's a
like
lot
people.
of
I
great
like meeting
here.
people. I like stories. Everyone has a different story about their life. I like to hear about it. I like people to tell me about it. You know.
I was just thinking the other day, I think this is like my second year already.
Yeah.
I was last fall, the summer, and now this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be
You're
considered 2
a great
years.
new addition to our Thursday fours.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Barbara thinks so too.
I-
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
that.
definitely. I can't wait to see your podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone will like it once they see it.
Yeah. A couple of them said they wanted to see it. Like they're like, "Oh, Alex's podcast, I'll watch it." I'm like, "He needs subscribers, so people just subscribe."
I'm a fan of him.
Yes,
I mean,
me
I
too.
met him, 3 weeks ago? We
Only
both
3
did.
weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, we can
First
speak
time.
a little bit.
That's what happens in live. It's
That's
okay.
what happens in live. His phone tipped over.
I can edit it over.
I don't even know how to do that. Live.
Put it on this.
There we go.
Here, put my phone there.
There we
But
go.
Alex and I, we connected.
Yep.
And I mean, ever since, I mean, he sees me, it's like, hi, how you
Yeah.
doing? So,
Absolutely, he's a nice person. Yes, he's very nice.
and he is improving. I've been,
Yes,
I've been
he is.
I follow you.
I know.
Now
Not
she's
on
gonna
social
follow you
media.
on social media.
Well, I don't follow you on social media yet.
Not yet.
No, but I follow you in bowling because I'm just curious to see how you did
She did.
last week and this week, and
This week I did better than last week.
well, good because I wasn't close to you, so I didn't have the opportunity to see that.
Okay, what other questions you want to ask me?
Well, since October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and you're a living proof that you
Yes, I
defeated
just
it.
got through it. Right. I haven't defeated it yet. I am cancer free. I am still in treatment, and I will beat it. I'm positive about everything.
You will. You have a
Yeah,
positive
it's
attitude.
been a year, September 1st, that I found out I had breast cancer. So this is my second October of breast cancer awareness. But yeah, I found it myself. Went to the doctors right away, figured everything out, got a DNA, the gene test, and I had that lucky old mama gene, the ATM.
You did have the
Yes, so I had to do chemo first. So we did chemo from October to January, and then I had my surgery in February, and then I had radiation in the end of February till the end of June. So April, May, and June. No, April and May, end of May, we're done. And so now I figured after that I was cancer free, and now I'm doing just pills because I had estrogen cancer. So I'm doing 2 estrogen pills a
Estrogen.
day, yeah. And so that will stop. So that'll be 2 estrogen pills so my cancer don't grow back. So if we can do that for 5 years, we'll be cancer free, and I've kicked its butt.
Awesome. I think you will.
I am going to.
Are
That's
you
right.
married?
Positive thinking.
You're an inspiration to many people, myself included.
Oh, thank you. I tried. I only missed 3 weeks of work. 3 weeks of work for my surgery, and about 3.5 days
I love you.
when I
And
did
love your sister.
chemo of work, and I missed, I think, no, I didn't even miss any days of
You feel better.
radiation.
You
So
keep-
I worked and kept through it and kept pounding, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah. So,
That's very good. So what would your message be to those that have breast cancer?
oh, that's a good one. Don't give up. Keep trying. Don't sit down on your butt, because the more you sit, the tired you get. You have to be positive. You have to keep pushing, and you have to find something. They tell you, like, you need proteins. You have to find proteins that you can eat. They tell you drink fluids. You must drink fluids. You have to keep pushing. So that's what I would say. Don't stop. Keep going. If you need someone to talk to, talk to any woman that you know. Even a man. Men have breast cancer. My uncle had breast cancer. My mom had breast cancer. Talk to somebody that's had it. They'll help you. They'll tell you where you're at. It gets better, and don't stop. That's what I would tell them.
Very good advice. I like that. So you had breast cancer during the COVID pandemic.
Oh yes.
So that must have been like a double whammy.
Yes. When COVID came, and when it was time for my surgery, they wouldn't let a doctor do the cancer surgery if I stayed overnight. So I had to do outpatient. So I got my left breast removed. So I had a mastectomy, and I went in the morning and I came home in the afternoon. And my daughter, thank God, was a nurse. Not that I think you needed a nurse. For myself, I felt better. It wasn't as bad. I'm glad I got to go home. So it wasn't like, oh, I couldn't go home. He said, if you're in too much pain, they'll keep you. And I wasn't in pain. It was rather a lot easier. Radiation was way harder than my surgery. Chemo was way harder than my surgery. So I'm a survivor. I'm a warrior.
And
That's awesome.
And we watched her go through it.
Yeah, I didn't wear wigs. I'm a
years.
hairdresser. I tell my clients not to wear wigs because it's silly. Like these
okay.
people in this bowling alley, they're just like
It's okay.
telling all kinds of stuff. He's gonna scream it again. And so with me, I tell my clients don't wear wigs because it can clog your hair and make your hair go thinner. So I didn't wear a wig. I was bald as a baby's butt, and it was okay. No one made fun of me. Everyone was very encouraging.
She looked fantastic.
I kind of feel when I was positive, I didn't get that ashy look. I was up. I was
no.
really, I looked like I just,
not.
I was really.
You did not.
Yeah.
You just were yourself.
Yes.
I was wondering if you were going to start wearing a wig, and you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. I was, I had hair. I bought a lot of like scarves because I didn't want to wear a wig, and I have all those scarves that I bought brand new. I'm donating them. Next time I go to my oncologist, I'm gonna give them all to the people that want to wear the scarves, but I didn't.
That's awesome. You're an inspiration to a lot of people.
Thanks. I
It's
try.
an inspiration.
I try. Thank you.
I love your positive thinking and your positive attitude.
Oh, thank you.
You're
I
very
try that with
welcome.
everything. You know.
We all saw that.
There's other people that got it way worse than me. I ran into a woman that was pregnant and got cancer. So she had to get chemo first, have the baby, then have more chemo, then her surgery. So, it's rough. There's a lot of people. There's over 700 breast cancers. So,
Wow.
yeah, you learn a lot. And a lot of people that are with people can't handle it. You know,
True.
they don't know how.
True.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm like Dory. Just keep
That ain't gonna help
swimming.
if they move it.
I love fish, as you
Maybe do
know.
it.
Yes, that's why I did
Do
that.
you want me to shoot my head in solidarity?
So, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Do you have a, yeah, I don't have
No,
a forehead.
I mean, let's talk about you.
Sure, we're going to know.
Yes, like where you got a new job and you love your new job.
Yes.
Yes.
I work at Sprouts
You
now
take
in
care.
West Palm.
Stay away
Yes,
from.
yeah, that's
Stay away
great.
from
You have to
people.
come check me out.
And you do,
Okay, I
and
stay
you
home
do,
now,
and you
let
like
me know.
fish. You just said you like fish. You have a big tank.
Yes, I have
I'm
a
glad
couple
that
of
you have
them.
a
Yeah.
man
Oh, you have a
start.
couple tanks.
Yeah, we'll have to show you.
What's your favorite fish?
I always do it around her.
Ooh, that's a hard one, isn't it? It
I'd
is.
probably say Oscar or Colombo.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Phone's almost done. So you guys can
Yeah.
wrap it up.
So, yeah, we're going to be wrapping it up here in a second.
I love it. You can give me tomorrow. 55.
Okay.
I already put it in.
We love the twins.
Yes, my twin. I have a twin brother who he kind of he got sick when I got sick.
Oh, that's cool.
I
for
think
you.
he wanted to die one day before me, but I told him I wasn't dying. So then I told him, I'm like, you got to get healthy because I'm healthy now. So now he's doing better. I had to tell him.
He felt.
Yeah. I mean, because my mom had it. My mom was diagnosed like with stage 1. I was stage 3, so we did it differently. They didn't have the gene back there 35 years ago. They didn't do chemo or radiation on my mom. So 8 months later, I went to her bone. I'm at the 8-month mark. So I'll be getting my PET scan soon. I have a test next week to make sure it's not anywhere. And you got to keep doing those tests. So and I'm going to keep doing them, and I'm going to keep making sure that I stay cancer-free.
So you have the Brock gene.
No, I know it's not the Brock gene. It's called the ATM, which is kind of like the cousin, because we're from that part of the world, but I'm not. Like I'm only 3% Jewish. It's usually the BRCA gene is more and it's a whole thing. But they knew about the ATM gene before the BRCA gene, but they stopped. They're doing more now about the ATM gene. So I had to kill that gene before I did surgery. So with the chemo, it's called Red Devil, and it's like a tube of red. They call it the Red Devil because it's a tube of red stuff that they have to inject in while you're doing your chemo, and it kills that gene. So hopefully it's gone, and hopefully it stays gone. And with my mom, they took off her breast, and then it spread. With me, the cells spread. So hopefully mine didn't, and it didn't.
Thank God.
Yes, so far I'm going to say it did not spread.
It did not spread.
Nope. I'm not going to allow it. One and done.
You look better today than you have
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
before you even knew you had cancer.
Yeah, that's right.
I said to her last
because
week.
like I knew I was feeling bad. I knew I wasn't like you know, but you don't know. You know.
But
It's true.
I was like, oh, I was dragging when I got home. I was exhausted from work. I was exhausted from bowling, and you just kind of knew something was going on. So I went to the doctors and found out.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's always important never to ignore things like that.
Yes.
My mom tells me
Everybody has
all
to
the
listen
time.
to their bodies, and people know it. Like if you're tired or if you're thirsty all the time, that could mean that you have diabetes, or you know, there's all kinds of different things that people don't pay attention to. So funny. He's so cute.
I'm on a podcast.
So?
It's very important.
All right. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Very
It was
nice
a great
of you.
time.
Yes, me too. And I hope you get lots of views on this because
Yes.
it's October, breast cancer awareness. Go check your boobies. Mine tried to kill me.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, so
It's time for our guest interview. And this week I have a really interesting guest. It's been a number of years since we've talked. We're friends for a while. I met him when I was doing audio podcast, and now I am doing video podcast, and I'm honored to have him on the show today. Our guest today is a former tropical fish keeper, a Canadian, and a minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome David Morton to the show. Dave, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing just capital. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So how have you been? I know it's been a while since we last chatted.
Yeah, it's oh boy, I tell you, a lot has happened. I think last time we talked, I was living on the other side of the country in Canada, in a province called British Columbia, which is where I was in British Columbia. It was just almost directly north of Idaho, that little bit of Idaho that sticks up. Boise, Idaho, or something, and I just about an hour and a half north of the border from there, in a little town called Cranbrook, British Columbia, which would be, I don't know, it's kind of close to Banff and Calgary, which are, of course, Alberta cities. But anyway, and now here we are, however many years later, and I'm on the other side of the country, back to close to where I was born and raised, in a province called Ontario. And I was from London, Ontario area, but now where I'm living now here in Ontario, after 27 years away, I am living near Toronto, which I never thought I would do, but here I am. So big
Nice.
changes.
Toronto's pretty cool.
Yeah. I used to go to school there for my Master's of Divinity, to be a pastor. But I'm living in what is called the Greater Toronto area, so kind of outside, probably about an hour away from Toronto, I guess. West, I think. West and south.
Nice. The last time I talked to you, I was living in Massachusetts, and now I'm in Florida. So I moved
Oh my
across
goodness.
country too.
Hey, but at least we're in the same time zone, right? I think. Aren't
Yeah,
you in the Eastern time? Yeah. So, man, that's a first. Us being in the same time zone. Mind blowing.
I know. Crazy. We both moved across country.
Yeah. You probably see a lot of Canadians down in Florida. There's a lot of snowbirds that go down there from Canada. So you never know. Maybe someday we'll meet up.
That would be pretty cool. I
Oh, that would
actually
be
dated
amazing.
a Canadian. So you used to be a fish keeper, right?
Yeah, and if things are going well, we moved here to care for my mom and dad-in-law, my mother and father-in-law, and so once that kind of gets settled down, we're still trying to figure it all out. Um, but once that settles down, I'm hoping to have more fish. I just right now we're so busy taking care of them and stuff. I don't want to get uh, I wouldn't want to leave the fish and have something happen. So right now I don't have any fish, but yes, I kept fish for decades. Yep, from the age of 10. I think is when I got started. And I'm 53 now, so I had fish right up until the age of 52, 51 and a half. Yeah. There was a couple of years off there for university, but I kept reptiles and stuff. So I don't know. Does that it kind of counts? They still have scales.
Sure. That's true. I know you like discus and brackish fish, right? Those are your
That's
favorites?
right, exactly. Yeah, those are my two faves for sure. Yep. I it's funny, because the brackish don't get a lot of love, but I found them to be an incredible set of fish. I've always enjoyed them. I had the mud skippers. I had the let's see, monos. I kept monos, mud skippers. I had uh, G8 puffers and or G no sorry green spotted puffers, and then I had bumblebee gobies. I kept them together actually, the puffers and the bumblebee gobies, and then I kept mollies with my mud skippers, and then I went through a period of having red scats as opposed to the regular scat. I thought the red scat, finally, there was a bit of color in the brackish water fish. And of course, I had the archer fishes. Those were excellent. They were a lot of fun. So yeah, I've had a lot of different fish over the years, and of course, I also did keep tropical freshwater fish, but and that's eventually led me to the discus fish, and they are probably the creme de la creme in my opinion. They were right up there.
That's true. Yeah, I like the archer fish. They actually have freshwater archer fish species now.
That's right. Back in my day, there wasn't, but now I hear they've got what, something like 7 or 9 different subspecies of them, and some are freshwater and some are brackish. But back in my day, there was only 2 to choose from, and they were both brackish. So yeah, and they were always wild caught. Now some of them are getting bred, I guess. So
That's true.
that's new for me, but that just shows my age.
Do you have any pets currently?
We have a Bernedoodle, which is part Burmese mountain dog, part poodle, and she is about 7 months old, and she's probably just quite a bit larger than a medium-sized dog. So she's gonna be big. She's not gonna be huge though, but she's already like she's friends with my sister-in-law's dog, and their dog is a medium-sized dog, and she's already equal to or slightly taller than that dog. Which is trying to remember what its breed is. It's a husky Alsatian cross, I think.
I have a female beagle named Brandy.
Is that the picture there behind you?
Yeah, that's her poster.
Yeah.
For her.
My dad had a beagle for years, and its name was Wag. It was his favorite dog. Back when he was a kid. So, yeah, he plays with Wag up in heaven now.
Yeah, beagles are adorable.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah. Do they bay?
Yes.
Yeah. What makes them bay? Is it really like the moon, or is it other things? Or do they just bay when they're like whining about something?
When they're whining and they honk. I am super excited for this week's guest interview. I'm going to be having a wonderful friend of mine on the show today. He is a perfect fish keeper. He knows a lot about fish, and he made me more enthusiastic about the aquarium hobby. So we're going to talk a little bit about tropical fish. But he's also a high school social studies teacher, and we'll talk about that as well. So our guest today is my dear friend Daryl Schwartz. Daryl, welcome to the show. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm happy to have you on my show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here today.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're a great friend of mine, and I'm happy to have you on my show.
I'm happy to be here and be on the show and share some thoughts with everybody.
That's awesome. I know back in July of last year, I interviewed you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question for you, how did you get into the aquarium hobby?
Well, originally got into the aquarium hobby. I have to go back to probably when I was 6, 7 years old. It'd probably be a very, very long time ago. But my mother owned a pet shop in Chicago called the Gilded Cage Pet Shop on Irving Park Road in Chicago. She had a fish, it was a typical, normal, old country style type pet shop with fish and birds and rabbits and chickens and literally everything in there. Monkeys back then, and dogs, of course, and cats and stuff. So, but she had fish, and I always was fascinated with the fish. And so she gave me a goldfish, and the goldfish was in a small tank, and it had a little, I remember, a brown spot on top. And of course, I named him Tippy because he had a little tip on top color. So that was my entry in, was a goldfish, and then later on, probably around 16 years old, we moved to Florida. My mother was working as a sales manager at Doctor's Pet Center in Westland Mall in Hialeah. And I was about 13, 14, and I was, I had a couple small fish tanks and stuff. And so she got me a job, and I worked under the table because you couldn't get paid when you're around 13 years old. So I cleaned fish tanks and set them back up and stuff like that. And then I took my payout in trade, fish tanks and stuff like that. And ultimately, what really got me hooked into it at that time, that's even before I was getting paid, they had a show tank, a 55-gallon with a big Oscar in it. And I remember it was, I had accumulated some money based on pay and everything, and the owner gave me the tank because he wanted to move that out because he needed room for something else. So I got my first 55-gallon fish tank with a full-grown Oscar in it, and that hooked me for life. And his name was, by the way, Oscar. So that's how I got into the pet fish shop. While working there, I rose up eventually to a lead sales manager type position in there. I stayed in the pet shop for many years, but I ran the fish department, and I had, I think, up to 75 fish tanks at one time running, and I was responsible for maintaining them and maintaining the fish. And I knew how to break down and clean a tank, strip it down, and set it back up like in 15 minutes. So I got down to really good, be able to take them down, clean them, put them back into the system and everything. But I was responsible for everything. So that's where I learned it. And I guess from then on, it stuck with me, I've never grown up. I guess people say, what are you going to do when you grow up? I don't know yet. I'm still, I showed you a picture of my freezer the other day. It's got all fish food in there. So,
Nice. That must have been cool growing up as a pet store owner.
Mm-hmm. That was a lot of fun. But also dealing with the tragedies, in fish tanks. If anyone's ever worked in a pet shop, you get a shipment of fish in the bags, and then within days, fish die from all different things. So, a lot of it's a lot of stress in there trying to keep them alive, keep them healthy, And so it taught me a lot, how to look at fish and how to read them and everything. So I guess that's what stuck with me to keep me successful today.
Nice. You have plans of opening another pet store?
No, I always, I know a few people in the area that have fish tank stores, mainly saltwater right now, and it was their hobby, So they have their huge hobby tank. They got a 600 gallon tank. That's their hobby tank in the store, and then they sell fish and they do help setups and stuff. So it's a possibility, but I think I like to just sticking to the hobby now, not worrying about losing my profits, with everybody, fish dying and stuff like that. So I'll stick to just the hobby.
Yeah, that's true. The hobby is more relaxful.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was it like growing up working at pet shops?
It was kind of interesting. I think I got, learning how to deal with all the smells and the stenches and all the different things that go on, because I had to clean the reptile room and, the small animal rooms and the dog cages and stuff. So it wasn't as glamorous as what everybody would think, And if you think of just cleaning your own little fish tank, that's one thing. But if you have 75 fish tanks and 20 fish tanks have to be cleaned and broken down and reset up, before the fish come in, a lot of work, But it was something I enjoyed. The fish department sales outnumbered the dogs and all the other departments. I was really excited because, if you do a good job, and you notice that probably today, Alex, when you look at pet shops today or fish stores, if a fish store does a great job with managing their fish, they get a lot of customers, and the customers will continue to come back. You do a lousy job, you have lousy fish, lousy setups, you're never going to maintain the customers or the sales. And so that was one of the things I learned about being successful in there. So, and I took that on with the rest of my life, how to sell. I sold someone came in, wanted to buy a small little fish. They needed a fish tank, and they walked out with spending $300-$400, on a tank setup, So I learned how to become a good salesperson, which did launch my careers later on in sales. So.
That's awesome. I know you introduced me to a great fish store called Aquatic and Exotic. I really love that store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's more of a mom and pop store. You don't see those too often anymore. Everything's become. I won't mention any other names, but the three big ones, all the different franchise or corporate stores that are out there that all look alike and everything. But there's very few stores that we call the true mom and pop stores that have 40, 50, 100 tanks, and actually maintain a good collection of fish.
Yeah, I can't wait for next Saturday. We're going to go back there. I can't wait to see what I'm going to get.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get in trouble because I'll bring something home with where are you going to put it?
I don't have to worry about that anymore.
I'll blame Alex. I'll say, Alex gave it to me. It was a gift. Get you in trouble.
What kind of fish are you currently keeping?
I've got a variety. Actually, I'm in my fish room right now. Actually, right behind it, my desk now actually has fish tanks on it, which I never thought I would have. I have everything from a female beta sorority, which is the smallest, and successfully they've all got along. I know that's a big argument in the fish industry, in the fish aquatic community right now, that you don't put female betas together. I have 4 betas in a 5-gallon fluval tank, and they all get along great, and they chase each other, but nobody nips each other, and they do great. I have king betas. I've got a couple king betas, and then I have saltwater fish. Especially with clownfish and puffers, and then I move on to my freshwater fish. I have a pond with goldfish and koi outside, and then I have my what I call my big tanks. I have several 55 gallons. One's a Severum tank now with an arowana growing out of it. The other 55 has Severums and silver dollars and some parrotfish and some eels in there now, because I'm trying to grow some eels out, tire track eels. And then the big tank, my big tank, of course, is as you know, I think I have all your red hooks now. Yeah. I had one, and my wife goes, "How did you end up with like 8 or 9 of them?" I said, because we grew it. I have a huge school of red hooks, which is amazing. I have of course, a red-tailed catfish that's eating me out of house and home right now. The vulture catfish in there, and a ornate bircher. I always say bircher in there. So, and then a black arowana, black-finned arowana in there. So that's the big tank. And then have a bunch of smaller saltwater tanks and some freshwater tanks where we'll grow out stuff. So It's kind of, so I have 14 tanks going together right now in the house. So I can't
Nice.
add any.
You have some great fish. You're an amazing fish keeper. And I'm glad that I rehome my fish to you because you take significant care of your fish, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I think one of the biggest things, which I'm going to give a comment or thought, and that's for anybody that listens to really think through. And the pet shops, of course, do a horrible job on this. But even a lot of people that enter the fish, if they're listening and they're new fish hobbyists, when you look at a fish or you buy a fish, you got to realize ultimately look at how big they're going to grow. And it's something that a lot of people make a mistake. Oh, look at that cute little red-tailed catfish, or look at that cute little red hook, or look at, you see things in the pet shop, but you don't realize that's going to be 14, 15, 18, 20, 40, 50 inches long. And if you can't accommodate its grow out, eventually you'll kill it because its body won't grow enough and the organs will eventually destroy themselves within the body of the fish. So I think that somehow educating people and also the pet shops, because I know they don't want to lose sales, but understanding how big a fish can really grow, I think that becomes very, very important to kind of understand. And, and then you'll have an amazing hobby. You'll enjoy your fish. They'll live a long time. Like you have yours, Alex, you're going to have fish there 10, 15, 20 years in life, because you got them in appropriate size fish tanks.
Very true. I appreciate that you send photos and videos of the fish that I rehomed you. I really appreciate that. They're in great hands.
Well, thank you. Well, I want you to see how good they're doing and how they're growing, and how happy they are.
So for those of you that don't know, I rehomed most of my fish to my friend Daryl, and they're in a great home. That includes my red hooks, the oronate, and a couple others.
Mm-hmm. And the bass, which has his own tank now with a turtle.
He's getting huge at peacock bass.
Yes.
I like them. They just have a hungry appetite.
Yeah, hungry. And then they hit a certain size, they become very aggressive. Unless you school them, just like you have your tiger barbs, you really have to maintain a school of peacock bass for them to check on each other, If they're one or two, then they become aggressive towards other fish in the tanks.
True, kind of like me, hungry and aggressive.
Yes. Can you fit it in your mouth and will it taste good, right?
Just kidding.
I know, it's the same thing here.
So my next question is kind of a personal question for me. What would you say about me as a fish keeper?
I think you're a very good fish keeper, and you do. I want to tell, and I'm going to share this because I know sometimes people comment, well, look at the color of his water in this tank, because I know people pick on you sometimes on that. You have, and I have to say for Alex, I am totally shocked and amazed, Alex, at your fish and how big and fast they grow. You do an amazing job. Some of your fish have doubled in size over my fish, and I don't know how you do it, unless you're injecting them with growing food, growing hormones. But your fish are amazing. They're all healthy, and they're very happy. And I think that's one of the things I've learned over the years, too, is my fish tanks don't look perfect. Some of my tanks have algae growing up on the walls and stuff like that, and the way the tanks may look. But the fish are happy. They're healthy. And I think that's what counts. And you do an amazing job with your fish. And I do have to compliment you on that.
Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I get a lot of the people that heckle me about why my water is so cloudy and stuff, but they don't understand water that's crystal clear is not necessarily a good thing.
Correct. Yeah. If you go to a river, the rivers aren't crystal clear. The rivers are going to be a brown tint to the waters. It's more our human nature to want to see a perfectly crystal clear tank, without a speck of algae on the wall or something on a glass, but that's not the real nature, Mother Nature.
True. I mean, if you do water changes every day, it'll probably be crystal clear, but is it really beneficial for the fish?
Mm-hmm. I have one fish tank, which is a 55 right now, and it has not been cleaned in 10 years.
Wow.
Almost 10 years. But the gravel hasn't been touched, and I won't touch it because that'll be an ammonia blow up, but it's got enough of perfect aminos and ammonia, the positive stuff eating everything in the bottom in the gravel bed, and the fish are perfectly healthy in there. That's the one I'm growing out of Silver Awana in right now with the Severums.
True. I'm very fortunate to have a great fish keeping friend like you. I haven't had one in so many years.
No, it's good. It's fun to have because you can bounce things off each other, and we all go through days. We have a tragedy. We lose a fish. Something's not working right. Heck, after all those years, I had an algae bloom a couple weeks ago, and I sent that to you. I'm like, oh my God, how could this happen? My wife goes, your tank's turning green. What do you mean it's turning green? I'm at work. The water's turning green. So it happens to the best of us,
True. I enjoy our fish store trips. Those are fun.
Hmm.
I haven't done that in over a decade since our last trip.
Hmm.
So, what would you say is your favorite fish?
My favorite fish, I'm going to have to do, I would categorize two different ones. My favorite fish is my Oscar, and I haven't had one in a long time. Well, when I acquired the 150-gallon tank, she came with the tank, and she has become so personal. She comes up to me, she yells at me, opening her mouth. I open the glass, she comes right up, and almost I can put my head to her head. She put my hand in, she'll swim around the hand, wanting to pet it, it's just, and she's a gentle giant. She won't touch anything. She won't hurt anything, and she constantly looks at herself and says, look how beautiful I am. She constantly looks at her reflection. And then I would have to really say it would be the red hooks. It's amazing to see, which not too many people have an opportunity to have 8 red hooks in a school, and full grown, and watching them swim together in unison and talking to each other. When it's feeding time, they almost look like piranha, because I'll throw the green algae tablets in it right at the end after I do the main feeding, and they'll all go at it almost like a piranha, But it's just it's amazing to see a school of fish be able to swim in a big tank like that and be healthy. I think those are would be my 2 best favorites.
Yeah, Oscars are a great fish. I love red oaks too, but I got my wide bars that get pretty big, so I decided to keep them.
My red tail is probably my other favorite, but I'm figuring out. I've already been thinking it's going to have to come out 150 soon, and probably have to go into the pond. The above ground pond all set up. But
Nice.
the only thing I have to worry about, the red red tail. I love him, but he's a pig at eating. He looks like a gulper catfish. At the end of the night, he's like, I'm going to eat more, and then he sits all day exhausted trying to digest his food. But he doesn't bother anybody. Doesn't want to eat anybody, and that's, you got to keep him full of food so he doesn't eat anybody.
True. I'm kind of jealous of you. I've always wanted a black arowana, but you got one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day I'll get one.
And the arowanas are also my favorites. I think almost all my monsters are my favorites. I guess I would put that. Everybody in that big tank are my favorites. Differently. Even the vulture catfish. They're the way they act and the way they'll swim around. And one thing I read about vulture catfish, by the way, never feed them by hand, because I was reading a few articles that they will rip your fingers apart because they have a full set of teeth that you do not see embedded.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And people have gotten the tips of their fingers ripped off when they go to put a piece of fish down there for the vulture to grab out of their hands. The red tail's fine; he doesn't have any teeth, but the vulture, they do have teeth.
Imagine it'd be quite painful.
Yes, people have said very painful bites.
So I know you're a teacher. It's time for our first guest interview here on the 25th episode of Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. I am really excited for this guest interview. She is a wonderful person, and she reached out to be a guest here on the show. And as soon as I got the message, I knew I had to have her on the show. Our guest is a human service major. She's an advocate for memory care and mental illness for the elderly. And her fields of expertise are early childhood, older adults, group homes for both troubled youth and adults, and she owns her own nonprofit ministry called Love and Kindness Mind Incorporated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Kelly Love. Kelly, how are you doing today?
Hi, and we're celebrating. So happy 25th anniversary. Woo-hoo! I forgot to get my little blowy thing. But I am so proud of you. I get to be on the 25th episode. Are you happy and excited like I am?
Yes, I'm very happy to have you here. I love your personality.
Yes. That's what we're all about. Love and Kindness Ministries is all about supporting each other. KNP of Charlotte is a business consultant of mine, business as well, and supporting. So this is an honor for me, as I honor you today.
Awesome. So first, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday season.
Same to you. I love that Christmas tree that's behind you. I love it. I need to come steal it because I don't have my tree up yet.
Thank you. It's a beautiful tree. My mom decorated it.
Oh, wow. Cool beans.
So what are you looking forward to this Christmas?
Well, for one, like you say now, since we say Christmas decorations, I'm looking at being able to decorate my home without children. And if anybody is an empty nester like me, you finally get to put up the real decorations. You don't have to worry about nobody breaking them. So I see your Christmas tree that gives me inspiration to put mine up or buy another one. I've been even most times I recycle trees and I give them to Goodwill or somebody and I buy me another tree. But since it's just me, I probably will buy a smaller tree. I won't do a 6-footer. I'll buy a small tree and decorate it because actually I have one son here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have another one in Flankerton. So I'm shipping their gifts because I actually have to work that weekend. I work an outside job outside of my companies. And I actually got to work the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th. So that'll be my Christmas. It won't be sad. I have my mom and my dad if they're living. I hope and pray, but it won't be with all my family. He'll be in Flankerton because this is his first year in his home. So we did go Thanksgiving to his house, my older child.
That's cool. I
So
love
everybody's
Christmas.
living and we get to eat good, and I'll come share, or I'll text you and show you all the pictures, and you text me all the good recipes. So me and you gonna have to do something about recipes about this Christmas. What we gonna
Absolutely. I
with our
love to
family.
cook
Me too. I do
and
too.
bake.
Yeah. So you share your ideas and I'll share mine. But we might not do it on here. Some things can't everybody know the secret of the ingredients.
True.
But I'll share with you, only you.
I know you've been watching a lot of my videos lately.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I don't know if you've seen where I was saying that I was going to be off. Like this weekend I'm off. So I was trying to tell you, like, I'm trying to support you. I'm trying to support you, but I'm not off. And to tell a little bit about that, I passed medicine. So my job currently is called medication technician. I'm not a licensed nurse, but in assisted living, you get me. So at 10 o'clock, I might be through passing medicine if nothing happens. So that's why I be trying to catch you, or I'll go back. But I had to keep my promise. So that's what I was trying to do. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then again, like you say, you was introduced to me from my childhood friend, Catherine Jones, and her husband, CJ Jones. And I think I shared that on the other different thing about how we met and how she brought you into my life. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited.
It's awesome. I know they're going to be thrilled when they see our interview.
Yeah, I was surprised that we didn't get things. When I shared it and I didn't hear anything back. So I said she probably called me later and say, "Okay, you did good," or "You was super excited. You talk too much, and you need to slow down." But if you've been around Catherine, you pretty much see we're both born October the 10th. I'm 2 years older than her. I'm 72. She's 74. So I didn't mean to tell your age out there, sis. But we both have this electric energy because the electric energy that we had was on her bedroom floor when we was kids.
Nice.
I met her at the age when I was like 5, 6 when I moved into the neighborhood. She was already in the neighborhood, and we moved in 1978. She was already there. So she was my first friend and first person who reached out to me and say, "Hey, I'll be your friend. You want to be my friend?" And the rest is history. So I'm very excited about what's going on in her life as well.
That's good. She's a wonderful person.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look, I can brag. I got bragging rights. I've been doing basically all my life. I'm 50. I just turned 50 in October, so hey, you preach to the choir. That's my baby.
I've known her for about a decade, most likely.
Right, right. Pretty much. All the boo-boos and all of that. So we really kind of just grew up together, except for, life happens and you go this way, but they're always right there in that old ticker.
That's true. So I have some news I want to share with my audience. You want to sponsor my YouTube, right?
Yes. And I'm not just coming by myself. I'm coming with some more people behind me. So I put some stuff that I'm not going to put in here because I didn't really get all the permission to vocal their stuff. But like I shared with you earlier, they are wanting to come on board and be your sponsors as well. So you will talk to them and they'll tell you, what they're going to do and the services they're going to render to you. But awesome. I eat the cost.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's so
I have to. Love and kindness is what it is. Even though it's my name, pretty much, because I tried 3 times before I got it through the articles of a corporation in North Carolina. So, but if you look at the biblical sense, it's always showing love and kindness. And I believe if you're in the ministry, I didn't want no, my name and all of that. I wanted to be biblical. So love and kindness. If I don't show you like we're doing now, love, and you showing me love and kindness, then it don't match up. So I'm a big thing on few is chosen and few is called. I'm very big on that. And Catherine will tell you, literally, a lot of people do not know about love and kindness. I never open my mouth and it's still just me. I have a few people in my circle because of ministry. I don't want a bad name, just like you don't want a bad name. So we got to be kind of selective on even you. Like I said, you're my baby now. I'm your sponsor and I treat you like that. I treat you like the mother dove, hold you in my hand, my baby eagle, and just let you fly. But I'm not going to let somebody come in if I think they're going to hurt you. So that's my social service work of our ethics. Do no harm. Yeah. So if they're not a fit and you say, Kelly, they're not a fit, but you're the boss. I'm not the boss. So if somebody come to you and I don't care how much they want to sponsor you and you don't feel it's a good fit, like that puzzle piece I like to talk about, then it doesn't happen. Then we stop the press right there. But everything is drawn up in the legal way. So, I don't have to feed you the whole cow. You know where I'm going with this.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I know you're a human service major. What exactly is human services?
Well, I like to put it like this. Human services that we serve humans. That's my joke. We don't serve.
Are you ready for some fun? It's time for our guest interview. And this week I have two guests. For the very first time ever, we are going to be celebrating a anniversary. And our two guests today are great friends of mine and also fellow podcasters. And incidentally, they are responsible for the creation of this show, Saturday Live with legendary Alex Cardinale. So I'm incredibly honored to have them as guests today. So joining us today is Catherine Jones from This Needs to Be Said, and also her husband, CJ Jones. How are you guys doing today?
We are
Doing
well. I'm
good.
wonderful, right? I can't just speak for him, right? Just assume.
Yeah, and I've been
wonderful.
doing great.
That's awesome. It's been a while since we talked.
It has been.
Yes. Yeah.
Happy anniversary to you guys.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. How long have you guys been together?
Well, we have been reunited for 4 years, and we have been officially married for 2 years.
Yes, today.
Today. As a matter of fact, today in 3 hours and 18 minutes.
Well, no, we got.
About-
what time do we
about
get married?
much.
What time do we get married 2
It
years
was like
ago?
4. It was like 4. It was
So
like
yeah, I guess so
yeah.
then. Okay.
Yeah. So we are officially 2 years marriage.
Mhm.
Nice. That's good. So how's the marriage so far?
Hard. Marriage
It's
is hard.
it's work. It's work. It's just marriage. What I would like to how I describe it is it's intentional. Once all the glitz and the glamour dies down, it's what most people would call like once the Hollywood phase of it all. You're like, I'm so in love, I'm so in love, I'm so in love, I'm so in love. Like once that begins to kind of like die down a little bit, when you really start to really get to know one another, then that's when you realize, hey, you know what? This is either really, really going to work, or wow. So, my baby, we have purposefully have made this union work, and every day I would like to think I know I wake up with the purpose of knowing that I'm trying to be the best husband I can be for her. I don't want to speak for my wife, so
Well,
you
I
take it.
already said it was hard, so I'm not gonna dress it up any more than that. It's hard.
Oh, okay.
Marriage is hard.
I'm still single over here.
Yeah, yeah. Being single is hard too. So it
True.
doesn't get easier. So if you're thinking I'm gonna get married and it'll be easier, it's not.
I think you have more money when you're single.
I think you do. I know CJ definitely has more money. If he didn't have me, he would definitely have more money.
I think it's not so much of that. It's like the your money is purposed in different areas. So it definitely feels like you have less. But I guess in essence, I guess I think it kind of stays the same because one of the things that Kat and I was debating there for a little while was going out versus cooking at home, and that's what I'm bouncing my response to you from because she did kind of prove to me that like even if we cooked at home versus like going out to eat, we're still pretty much spending about the same. And I'm like, okay, it was a long argument, but um, I saw her side of it.
I think for special occasions like this, going out to eat is the way to go.
Uh
The way groceries are so expensive nowadays, it might be a little bit more to cook at home.
Oh,
It might be. I know when I tried to cook the ribeye steak at home, it was expensive. I was like, I could have bought it cheaper, and somebody else prepared it. So yeah, and sometimes you have ingredients you don't need for everything, so it can't make it cheaper unless you're gonna buy something that you can use with every meal. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. We're not going out to spend $100 a plate every time we go out. So yeah, let
True.
somebody else do the dishes. Why I gotta do them? Is that how I show my love doing dishes? Mm-mm.
I thought you guys might go to Texas Roadhouse.
that's
For special
definitely,
occasions, but
yeah,
not every day.
yeah.
That's not every day. Yeah.
That's how we know.
And
If I'm
not
at
always
Texas Roadhouse,
McDonald's or
yeah.
Wendy's or anything like that too. We found some diners that are reasonable that we can go and get something to eat. And we don't eat the same thing all the time. So I would have to compromise, or he would have to compromise on what we're eating tonight. I mean, you're going to get fed, you'll be full, but did you enjoy it? Probably not, because it wasn't your favorite thing to eat. So in marriage, you got to compromise on what you are. He likes a lot of sugar. I like a lot of spice, and I don't care for that much sugar, and he don't care for spice. So after a while of hearing someone say, "How could you put hot sauce on all of your food?" and I'm going, "Don't watch my food," you know. So actually we don't even have hot sauce in the house anymore. So I forego that. So you compromise things just to have what everybody in the house would use. So yeah, going out to eat is better. I think I always vote for going out is better. That way everybody can get what they want. Nobody has to compromise. And
True.
if your order is wrong, is your order, not everybody's food is wrong, because you know how you like it, So I don't know. That might just be spillover from my single life because I just had to feed me and maybe one kid, and he ate chicken tenders. So I don't know.
Chicken tenders are good.
My son thinks so. He could eat them every day.
He could really, really good.
So what are you guys doing for your anniversary?
Well, we went to open house for our 10-year-old today because school starts on Monday for him. And we both did something musical. I did stuff on Facebook dedicated to him, and he made me a playlist that we've been listening to throughout the day. So that's what we did this time.
Yeah.
Well, today anyway. I don't know what else might happen, but that's today.
And, set up her foot bath and everything.
Oh, I forgot all about that. I went to
Yeah,
sleep.
I know it's
I completely forgot about that.
It's all right. And my son even kind of joined in the fun a little bit.
Can we count that? Can we?
Yes, because that was nice.
I had to pay him.
It was no, I paid him. Thank you.
Okay, well, he was paid. So Can we
That was
count that?
that was a paid service.
Yeah, so we can't say he did it.
Right.
You
But I
paid
still
for the
think
service.
I still thought it was nice. You know, he wanted to
That he
kind of
was
like
willing to make
join into
money.
that he was just trying to, find his way to fit in, the celebration and seeing his mom relax and stuff. And, he rubbed his mama's feet and everything. I thought that
That
was
was
very
great.
nice. Everything, because she's not going to turn down a foot rub. She's not going to do that.
There's not a lot of people trying to do
Yeah.
that, so when you get a foot
Two
rub
things.
opportunity, you got to take it.
Two things that she will almost never turn down. That's food and foot rubs.
Oh yeah.
Good money.
Is there food involved? I might give up money. If you got a plate of food, Alex, I won't need
I'm
your money.
kidding.
Just feed
I'm
me.
only joking.
No, I will work for food. Make sure there's a plate of food. I might not want the money. Give me the food.
Notice I did leave money out.
Wolf eating tilapia and all my other predatory fish, such as my Oscars, my vulture cats, the cichlids, and the silver dollars. So let's see. The black wolf is right here, so you may be able to see him eat. He is my showpiece fish, my favorite fish that I have, and a beaut. So let's start feeding these guys right now. You're going to see these guys go crazy for tilapia, especially the peacock. Everybody loves tilapia in this tank, which is good. Tilapia is a good feed, so let's see if the wolf will get it. Oh, the peacock got that one. Let's see. There we go. Black wolf got that piece. Let's give the black wolf another piece. I know he's dying for some more. He's one of my favorite fish. Oh, the peacock grabbed that. Him, Oscars. Where's the black wolf on there? Here it is. He got that one, I think. There we go. Perfect. So hopefully you guys are catching the black wolf eating that. Now I'll put some in here for the catfish and the silver dollars. Why am I selling those? My Fieste loves tilapia too, my male Fieste that my friend James got me, and the firemouth as well. So this is the first time ever that I've ever shown you any of my freshwater fish eating tilapia or shrimp or any kind of food. I've only done saltwater feeding videos before, so this is interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. The black wolf is my favorite fish in this tank, but I love all my fish. I think the black wolf would be my first. The male fieste would be my second. The silver dollar third. Vulture cats. I love them all, which is good. Look at the belly on the wolf he wants more. Trying to get some for the vulture cats, but the red hooks and black bars are taking it all. Set it over here. There we go. There's one for the vulture. I want to see if my giant gourami will take some. He had bloodworms earlier. Here you go, vultures. You know, in the wild, the vulture cats will eat any carcass, and the fishermen will like throw pieces or will throw raw chicken and stuff. That's how they catch them for food, and how they catch them for the aquarium hobby is they just take either the raw chicken or the raw caiman or whatever it is, and the vultures will attack it. So that you kind of see that a little bit in the aquarium hobby, but they rely on scent instead of their eyes. So these guys, other fish get to the food before them sometimes. But if I didn't have all these silver dollars and stuff, they probably would get it. I'll make sure they're well fed. They got big bellies before I'm done. Now I want to see if the giant gourami will take any tilapia. There's only a day or two new in here. Tilapia is good for the fish. It helps with their color and it gives them like protein. Market shrimp is what brings out the intense. Market shrimp and krill is what brings out that intense red color in the silver dollars and other fish. Yep, he ate a little piece of tilapia. Alright, I think we'll end this feeding video here. I think you guys saw everybody eat. And I'll see if I can get the gold wolf. He's very skittish. Where is he? He must be over here somewhere. I don't know where the gold wolf went. Oh, he's at the bottom. Alright guys, thank you for watching the tilapia feeding.